Washington, D.C., Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has revealed that he is under a criminal investigation by the U.S. Department of Justice, DOJ, a highly unusual move in the history of the central bank. Powell disclosed on Sunday that the DOJ served subpoenas and threatened a criminal indictment over his testimony to a Senate committee regarding renovations of Federal Reserve buildings. He called the investigation unprecedented and suggested it may have been triggered by former President Donald Trump's frustration over the Fed's refusal to cut interest rates despite repeated public pressure. This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether monetary policy will be dictated by political pressure or intimidation, Powell said, emphasizing the importance of central bank independence. Trump, in an interview with NBC News, claimed he had no knowledge of the investigation, but criticized Powell's performance, saying he was not very good at the Fed, and not very good at building buildings. The Federal Reserve is currently undertaking its first renovation of the Eccles and 1951 Constitution Avenue buildings since the 1930s, including asbestos and lead removal. Costs have been a point of contention, with Trump arguing the project's price tag of $3.1 billion exceeds the Fed's $2.5 billion estimate. Powell, who was nominated as Fed chair by Trump in 2017, is set to step down in May, with Trump expected to nominate a successor. North Carolina Senator Thom Tillis, a Republican, said he would oppose any new Fed board nominees until Powell's legal matters are resolved, warning of threats to the independence and credibility of the DOJ. Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren accused Trump of planning to replace Powell with a political ally, calling it a corrupt takeover of America's central bank. Financial markets reacted immediately to news of the investigation, with gold prices rising 1.4% to $4,572.36 per ounce and silver briefly reaching a record $84.58 per ounce. Powell's case adds to a growing list of legal and political conflicts during and after Trump's presidency, including blocked attempts to remove other Fed officials and dismissed criminal charges against former political figures like James Comey and Letitia James, which critics described as politically motivated. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia will oversee Powell's investigation.